Welcome back everyone. First video here in a while, mainly because I haven't been running for this injury, or at least not running in the traditional sense. Who's that handsome chap there? So just to recap what's going on the last month or so since going to spectate Boston. Obviously missed running London myself, but watched it on TV. So one of the best closing half marathons in a competitive marathon ever. Big negative split here, brilliant race, and on the female side, an astounding finish from nearly dropping out with injury to winning her first marathon. Incredible. And then to spectating the Belfast Marathon, our very own Belfast Marathon, which, depending on who you speak to, is a great local race, is a great relay race, but nonetheless a load of great runs, from people doing their first marathon to people doing their 40th Belfast Marathon, and then people doing their 100th marathon here at Belfast 2023. Just do a quick recap on some of those stories from the day itself. On a mixed day, weather-wise in Belfast, over 3,000 marathon and around 10,000 relay runners took to the streets on this revised course, with absolutely great support here in the city centre for all involved. Greg McClure from North Belfast here for his second marathon in a week after running London Marathon the week previous. Kerry McMullen running her first marathon for D Runners next past. And then Heath Graham of Scrabble Striders with a massive smile on his face as always, coming past to the adulation of the many Scrabble Striders supporters out on course. Craig Young in the yellow vest top coming past next, running with a bit of a quad niggle, running his very first marathon here in Belfast. A man running the second marathon is Andrew Torrens, coming past second marathon after Berlin last year. And the irrepressible Marty Caldwell with the 4:30 pacer balloon coming past only 2 weeks after running a similar time in the Boston Marathon. A couple more Scrabble Striders come past, again waving to the adoring crowd. The group of Scrabble Striders have come out to give them so much support today, along with the rest of the crowds in the centre of Belfast. This new course taking a different route around the City Hall area than the previous Belfast Marathons that I've run, which used to start at the City Hall itself and now it comes around 8 miles into the marathon. So cut to the finish then. The same finish as always here in Ormeau Park. Finish straight off Ormeau Embankment at the 26 mile mark, and the first man across the line, Mohammed Omarir, I think that's how you say it, in 2:22:54. Absolutely fantastic time, obviously on a course as challenging as this one. Second then, local man Adam Bowden, just under a minute later, comes through. Then moving on to the lady finishers. Obviously relay runner going past there. And the second lady, the first local lady, Gladys Gagnon, coming past from North Belfast in 2:41. Closely followed by Gadessa Nagasa in 2:44. Next across the line then is local running coach and holder of the Irish males veteran 65 marathon record, Norma Morney. And just after this guy who's having a major wobble, body giving up on him just round the corner from the line. So 1 week on from a 2:54 showing in London, Norma comes in with a quite incredible 2:58. Coming in now are the 3 hour pacers with a small group who've managed to stay with them and run a shade under 3 hours for this really challenging course. Greg McClure finishing here with a sub 4, 3:57 again. Another one running Belfast a week after London. And Kerry McMullen here finishing her very first marathon in 3:57. Fantastic sub 4 time for first marathon, amazing achievement. A couple of photos now. Tucker there doing his 100th marathon. Craig Young finishing in 4:45 despite the quad injury. Alan Serra also there finishing in 4:51. And Andrew coming across the line in 5:28 just as the sun comes back out and a couple of people in fancy dress.
After that, well, there's no end of races now, moving into spring, summer. Over here, one of my personal favourites, again, just went to watch with Comet up at Woodburn Forest in Carrickfergus. And there's a series of these every year, 3 races. The first being just over 3 miles, the next 4.5, and the last one 5 miles. So went up last Tuesday evening to watch this first race in the series, the 5k, just over 3 miles, with a reasonably large size field of some of the best runners about. Decent conditions, nice temperature, bit of drizzle at the end, but overall a really nice night for running. A unique setting for a sort of 5k race, so a really nice one. Hope to be involved in it next year. And as for my running, well, I'm back doing a bit of light jogging, as my physio calls it. The working theory at the moment is this weird calf issue I've been dealing with for years. Could be Venus related, so not the planet, but vein related. So having a quick look at a prominent varicose vein in this right calf, right where the pain is, to be fair, so who knows. Not getting hopes up, but until then, just going to keep jogging, keep going to parkrun, volunteering, watching as many local races as I can, recording as many local races as possible, because we've got a great running scene, road running, trail running scene in Northern Ireland. So yeah, catch up soon, probably in a few weeks' time. Until then, keep running.